didn't see you there. I'm just practicing some ukulele. I'm not very good at it. My name is Mr. Campbell. I'm a social studies secondary ed major at Edinburgh. So high school teacher, and I'll be teaching things like history and government politics, some psychology, a little bit of that. But you know what? I believe to be a good teacher, you have to be able to teach anything, even stuff you don't really know. And today I'm going to be doing that. A beginner to beginners. I'm going to be teaching you guys how to play music. You want to do that? Cool. Let's go. So, the most important thing to playing music is to be able to understand different terminology and different things. So first off, I'm going to be starting off with staffs. Now, a staff is the set of lines that the music you see and you play is on. Here's a good example. I like writing them out personally. Some people print them out. And if you have music classes, you'll most likely be given by like a teacher or something. But today I'm going to be drawing because it helps me understand it more from my own head. I'm weird like that. But I'm going to be teaching you the difference between a bass clef and a treble clef and the different notes on each line. Alright, so this is my trusty little notebook right here, and these are the two staffs I'm going to be showing you. Staff is each line is 5, and notes can go above or under them, but we won't be talking about that so much just yet. We're going to be talking about these little two things and the notes on each line and in between. This is a treble clef. Now a treble clef, it plays higher pitches than the bass. It does things like the flute, soprano singing, stuff like that, and that's what we're going to be using today. My favorite is the bass clef. Now the bass clef is for more a lower tone, instruments like the bassoon, tuba, and even bass singers. Now, let's think about some mnemonic devices for each line. E, G, B, D, F for the treble clef. Now, a good way to remember this is every good boy deserves fudge. Every good boy deserves fudge. E, G, B, D, F. Now, in between the lines is F, A, C, and E. Face. An easy way to do it. E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, and F. Now, for the bass is G, B, D, F, and A. Now, a good one I heard from a teacher back in high school is grizzly bears don't fear anything. G, B, D, F, A. Grizzly bears don't fear anything. In between is A, C, E, G. All cows eat grass. All cows eat grass. A, C, E, G. These are the different note types. There's a quarter, eighth, 16th, half, and a whole note. First off, the quarter note. So for common time 4x4, for a staff or a measure, it makes up 1/4 or a quarter of the measure. Counting and clapping this, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. Say it with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now for the eighth note, it's an eighth of a measure, so it'd be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Say it with me. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Nice, good job. Now we're going to be doing the 16th note. This makes a 16th of a measure. 1E and a, 2E and a, 3E and a, 4E and a. Count and clap with me. 1E and a, 2E and a, 3E and a, 4E and a. 1E and a, 2E and a, 3E and a, 4E and a. Good job. Now we're going to be moving on to the half note. Half note makes half a measure. So you'd only be clapping 1, 2, 3. 1, 3. Count with me. 1, 3. Good job. Nice. Now the whole note makes up a whole of a measure. The whole thing takes up 4. It's greedy. So count with me. All you have to do is 1, 3, 4. Okay, so now we're going to be moving on to showing you what time signatures are and counting and clapping rhythms. Let's start with time signatures though. As you can see earlier, I talked about the 4 and the 4 next to the staffs, right? This right here is the most common one, why it's called common time. It's called a quadruple meter or common time. Either one, people will know what you're talking about for sure. This means there are 4 beats in each measure. This is a measure right here. Now, as we move down to the less common ones, but still, it's out there, the triple meter, which is 3 by 3, meaning there are 3 beats per measure. And then finally, we're going to be talking about a duple meter where there's only 2. It gets easier the less there are, but we'll be starting with the quadruple meter. Now, each one of these is a quarter note, so we'll be clapping like this and counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. Count and clap with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good job. Now we're gonna move on to here. This you haven't seen yet. This is called a quarter rest. Right here, that weird symbol. It's not a scribble. It's there for a reason. Let me show you what happens when I count and clap it. 1, 2, 3. You don't do anything. You don't clap, you don't count it. It's just nothing. All right, now do it with me. 1, 2, 3. Good job. Nice. Let's move on to some more complicated ones and start rapid firing through these, okay? So, 1, 3, 4. Do it with me. 1, 3, 4. Okay. Now let's move on to these right here, to more mixed up counting and clapping rhythms. As you can see, there's no more just quarter notes. We're doing 8th notes and even 16th notes, okay? And we're mixing and matching them. So, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Count and clap with me for this one. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Good job. Now let's mix it up a little bit. This line right here. Okay. 1 and 2, 3, 4. Do it with me. 1 and 2, 3, 4. Now, this one's a bit complicated. I always had a hard time counting and clapping rhythms, but I think we got this. We went through a good bit today. So, 1, 2, 3 E and a 4 and. All right, let's try it with me. Don't be scared. We got this. 1, 2, 3 E and a 4 and. Nice, excellent job. Now it's going to get a little bit more simple. We're incorporating whole and half notes into the measures. Okay? So for this one, it's very simple. You just go 1. You don't say anything after that. It's just one whole note. Okay? So do it with me now. 1. Nice, easy. And the same goes for these, the half notes. You'll only be doing 1, 3, 1, blank, 3, blank. Okay, do it with me. 1, 3. Now let's do the final one where we kind of mix and match it a little bit more, huh? 1, 3, and 4. Nice job. Let's move on to the triple meter and the duple meters now. These get a little bit more simple because there's just less for you having to count and clap, really, and even play. But I still like the quadruple meter the best. All right? 1, 2, 3. Just like that. 3 notes. Ready? Count and clap with me, all right? 1, 2, 3. For the next one. 1, 2, and 3. Do it with me now. 1, 2, and 3. And for the final one, 1, 2. Since it's a half note, it does take up 2 spots, but there's only 3. So it'd be 1, 2, and it takes up this. So you don't have to say the 3 for that one. We'll be doing the same for right here. All right. 1, 3, and. Do it with me. 1, 3, and. Now right here, as you can see, we have the quarter rest again. So we'll be skipping that. 1, 3. All right, now for the final one, this is a half rest. It looks like a hat a little bit, or a button. This is 2 quarter notes where you don't say anything, don't clap, okay? Do it with me and remember. 1. Okay? Nice. Now let's move on to the duple meter. This is only 2, so this one's the most simple. 1, 2. Do it with me now. 1, 2. The same goes right here, okay? 1, 2, 1, 2. For this, you'd only go 1 due to it being a half step, or a half note. I apologize. For this one, 1 and 2 and for the final, 1 E and a 2 E and a. Okay, nice. So we talked about time signatures, we talked about different types of notes, stuff like the quarter note, the half note, the whole note, 16th and 8th notes. We talked about bass clef, treble clef, and the different notes that are on each line in a measure. We talked about measures, and we talked about staffs, all the fundamentals and basics to understanding and learning music and how to make it. For this part, I'd like to introduce a friend of mine, Mr. Mayland. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Mr. Mayland. I'm a secondary social studies major, and I've been into music for a good couple years now. I've been playing guitar, ukulele, piano for about 2-3 years, and I'm excited to teach you guys today.
Yeah, we're just going to be going over little things about the guitar, or the ukulele in this case actually, and one of my favorite instruments. I'm pretty bad at it, but I'm learning, and so are you. Do you know any good like apps to tune the guitar? Like, how do you tune a ukulele or guitar?
Yeah, so tuning a ukulele or guitar is very important to getting it to make it sound right. So these things up here are called tuning pegs, and they're used to tune each and every string on the guitar. You tune it up and down depending on how sharp or how flat you want the strings to be. And there are plenty of good apps. One that I use is Guitar Tuna. Guitar Tuna is very good. It tells you exactly where to put the pegs and how much to tune them and all that.
So Guitar Tuna, that sounds like a great app. I might use that actually. Yeah, that's a great idea. Now, when it comes to like making music or making music on a staff, do you know any apps or anything for that? Something to help you with, something that you can listen to it like while you're making it?
Yeah, so like I said, there are plenty of apps that do that as well. If you don't have any like actual instruments in your house, GarageBand is always a good tool to use. You can select from a variety of different instruments like piano, drums, guitar, anything your heart desires, really. And you can make clefs, like measures, and you can make sheet music, all that.
Really?
Yes.
For what kind of? So you said any instrument?
Any instrument: violin, bass, guitar, ukulele, you name it.
Drums?
Drums, of course you can do it for drums.
I like that. All right, let's go take a seat real quick. All right. Here we are. We're going to learn some of the ukulele chords. I'm going to be using Mr. Mayland as a reference for the chords, just in case I mess up or something. Like I said, I'm a beginner, and I want to teach you guys too. So, starters, I want to talk about holding the ukulele. This is very important. I didn't know this for the longest time that it really mattered. I was very cramped. I was holding it, I was choking it. It was just wasn't working out. So what I do, put my arm, my elbow right here, kind of hold it up, and put my thumb on the top of the neck, and then around, leaving some room in between. Okay? Something like this. And for strumming, I use my fingers, sort of like this. Man, I love the sound. Ukuleles and Hawaiian shirts are kind of my thing. I just want to learn how to play it, you know? I got the Hawaiian shirt down, so. So let's get started. I'm going to do a C real quick. That's this, right?
Yep, that's correct.
Right here. C and strum. A G. Now this one always gets me. Wouldn't this be it right here?
Yeah, that's right. That's a G.
G? Okay. Messed up a little bit at the end there, but that's okay. We're going to do an A major now. This one's really easy. Like that. Okay. And then an F. This.
You're going to bring that finger down one string.
Down one string?
There you go.
An F. Okay, thank you. See? I needed them. D. Oof.
Yeah, D's a hard one.
This one right here?
Yep, that looks about right.
Yeah, so for a lot of the chords that you'll be strumming with the ukulele, you'll have to do something where you don't touch the bottom string, but you have to get all three of the top three strings, and it's kind of a pain, but when you do it, it sounds something beautiful like this. The beginning part of that. So now we're going to be going on to C major, and how do you do that one?
C major, let's see if I can remember how to do C major. Why don't you show me how to do C major, Mr. Teacher?
Let's skip that one for now because I do not remember. Let's do an E major though. This one's real tough. I actually forget C major completely, but oh shoot. Gonna be this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Okay. Mr. Teacher, he says. Alright, let's get going. Cool. Nice. I think that's about all the chords. Miss C major. I can't for the life of me remember that one. But that's
Honestly,
okay.
I can't either.
That's okay. We played C, G, A major, F, D, and E major. So, yeah, I think that's about it.
I think that's all the chords,
Yeah.
the basic ones. Now you were telling me that you had a song that you were writing. Do you want to elaborate on that?
I do. Something I'm very passionate about and it affects my life greatly.
What is that?
My roommates make me do the dishes.
Oh, I guess that could be something you're passionate about.
It
Yeah.
is. It definitely affects my life. Can you guess the title of the song?
I could not for the life of me guess it.
Dishes.
Fitting.
Let's go listen to that right now. This is Dishes by Tristan Campbell. I hate doing my dishes. They smell like rotten fishes. My roommates say I need to grow up. The dishes smell makes them want to throw up, but I don't care. They don't want to share the responsibility with me. I guess it's truly up to I. And if I look upset today, just don't ask why. If I could just put these dishes away, well, I think my roommates would just say, hey, hey, hey. I truly am the chosen one. These dishes must be done. It might take an hour or so, but I guess there's really just one way to know. Something I gotta say though. There just ain't no way. My roommates come out to say hey, and ask me why the sink is filled. Let me tell you, brother, some blood's gonna be spilled. Oh, I remember C major now. Yeah, so, yeah, but what'd you think of the song though?
I really like this song. The only thing that kind of took me aback was the ending. It was a little bit dark.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel.
But aren't most of the dishes yours?
All right, well, that's gonna wrap up today's lesson, folks. Please look into music. It's a beautiful thing. It's an everyday life. It's an art. It is an art, and it's something that's needed to be human. I had a great time teaching you, and well, keep on rocking. Bye.